Welcome, my friends. I'm so glad you are here today. If you saw the title, you know today is an extreme declutter and organization video packed full of motivation, hoping to inspire you and motivate you to declutter and organize a space in your home. No matter where you're getting started, this video is going to accompany you throughout the way. I am starting in here in my kitchen. So if you saw last week's video, you knew I was doing the entire kitchen and I did a large portion. So I'll have that video right here and above, and I'll also have it in the end card at the end of this video. So you can check that one out. Watch this one first and then you can go watch the other one. But this was a part of the kitchen declutter. I wanted to tackle this island by itself because it was going to definitely take quite some time. So I purchased this here from Walmart. This is the home edit line. I love their stuff, and you do not need anything to declutter or to organize. Just get started. Okay, this stuff is just extra, and definitely don't go buy bins until you know exactly what you need. I knew exactly what I needed, and all of the turntables that I had were no longer functional, so I did invest in this one here. I do like the compartments and that I'm able to switch it up to make it fit for whatever I need. This container here I purchased from Better Homes and Gardens brand from Walmart. This was when we moved into the house. So like I had mentioned, know what you need. So I have already been all up in here and knowing what would fit and what would not. And so that's why I got the turntable. It is the most functional to be able to really put a lot there, so I don't have to reach way back into the cabinet. And then I'm using this container here, and it makes the most sense. I wanted to have the acrylic pull-out drawers, but it would not work with all the pipes. So I'm using this here. Think outside of the box. This is usually a cereal container, but make use what you have. And like I said, think outside of the box. You don't have to use it for its intended usage. You do what works for you. So some of the chemicals that we use, now I have mentioned this before, I'm really trying to rid my home of really toxic things. So I will be honest, when I was doing this declutter, I did not even think about pulling up the app that I use, the Yuka app, to scan everything. So I'm still going to go back and do that. That's just my bad. I honestly was just in the mode. And when you have time to do something, you just jump and do it. So I will do that soon. I know a lot of things are going to come up. I've gotten rid of a lot of things as well. My friend has been so generous to give me some of her Melaleuca cleaners to use, and so far I like them. I'm not going to be doing any subscriptions personally, but I really do like them, especially the detergent. It was great. If you guys are interested in Melaleuca, I would be more than happy to get you her information so you could order through her. That would be such a blessing to her. But for me, I'm just, oh gosh, I feel like everything's a subscription for me personally. And so I'm trying to get away from that so I can really manage where my money goes. So that's just a personal thing. But so far so good. I really do like their products. Like I said, some of the products here I know I'm going to have to get rid of. And then really heavy chemicals will be going out in the garage because I don't generally keep those down here where Emma could get them. Since this is around the sink and even under the sink, you do want to protect the bottom of these cabinets. I was thinking about putting the peel and stick tiles down there, but I'm not 100% sure I want to yet. So I went ahead and did everything under the sink as it is. And I'm just I have it in the back of my mind if I want to put the peel and stick. I usually do, and I have a whole bunch of boxes in the garage, but I did not get around to doing it in this video. And then when it comes to these drawers, to protect them, I would recommend putting some, I don't know, contact paper or any kind of thing like that, shelf liner, to protect this area from water. Now, I don't generally put like sponges in here, but if you were to do that, I want to encourage you to go ahead and definitely protect the bottom, because the cabinets will warp after a while, and that'll damage them very quickly. As I had mentioned in the previous video, this took about 3 full days. So that was the night before. This is the next day. I did not have the energy to tackle it anymore that evening. So I just was determined to get it done today. So I'm going to go ahead and pull everything out of this cabinet above the fridge. It is very deep. I think it's about 24 inches deep. I think a shelf would be very functional, but it did not come with one. So we are considering putting one in there. We're not sure yet. But I've just been putting things in here like the glassware and extra baking supplies. I'm not a big, huge baker, but I would really like to get into it more. I love making cakes and cupcakes and everything, and I'd like to do that for their birthdays and special occasions. So I have a few little things that I've kind of accumulated, but I want to get that really organized and also get it somewhere where I can see it. I'm a very out of sight, out of mind type of person. So if I don't see it, I completely forget that I have it, and a lot of things can go to waste. I want to encourage you, this is your opportunity to get rid of the things that just no longer serve you, whether it's expired, broken, maybe someone gave it to you and you don't find it functional, you don't really like it or need it. It is okay to donate those items. You can't hold on to things to make other people happy. I personally have done that quite a bit in my life. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And my love language is gifts. It's usually edible gifts or something I can drink like coffee, but I love to give gifts. I love, love, love to see the joy on someone's face when I give them something. In the same respect that when someone gives me something, I want them to know how thankful I am. But inevitably, there have been times where I have gotten something that I might not use. And so I have held on to things in the past, but I am allowing myself to let those things go, because when it takes up space in your home, it takes up space in your mind. So this is an opportunity I'm giving you guys full clearance to just go ahead and let it go. Okay, you don't have to tell that person you let it go. You really don't. But you have to live in this home. Nobody else does. And you have to do what works for you and brings you peace and you joy in your home. I always pull everything out of the cabinet or drawers or whatever I am decluttering and about to organize. That way I can get full inventory of what I have, and then I start to sort through it. Next, before I put anything in there to organize, I always clean the space out. you want to have a nice tidy space before you get started. It really does help. And, you know, a lot of times these spaces are neglected and need a little wipe down. This turntable here is about 18 inches and I have had this for quite some time. I did not purchase things for this video except for that turntable and some of the sponges, but I used what I had and I want to encourage you guys to do that as well. Now, I am full aware that I probably have more, you know, bins and things like that than maybe the average person, because I obviously do this on here and I also do the homes of friends and families and just customers, but I have a lot, so I can just go out there into my stockpile and grab things. And I know that's not always easy for everyone else. So like I always say, check out Facebook Marketplace, thrift stores, ask friends, family. Trust me, you can find the things that you need for a very, very affordable price, maybe even free. I was giving you an overview of what the other cabinets look like. I did go in there and tidy them up a little bit off camera. That's just the way it goes. I try to film as much as I possibly can, but there are times where maybe I'm in my pajamas or, you know, a robe, who knows, and I see something and I just get to it. That happens to me so often. I see something out of place and then, you know, I stop everything I'm doing and then I'm focused on that thing. So I do try to get as much footage as possible, but sometimes it happens. So I like to give you guys an overview of it when it's all done. I had some of these items from my little stockpile of birthday supplies and candles and things. So Emma helped me do that and I was able to empty that bamboo container completely. And now I'm putting these bins up here so I can see exactly what I have when I need them. And now my spices, there's nothing fancy here about my spices. It's just regular old 8-inch turntables. And then, yeah, some old jars that I have. I do like to decant my spice jars, but truthfully, it's not a deal breaker for me. I know it's pretty to have them all out, but I just don't find it worth my time all the time. Sometimes I do not get me wrong, but today it wasn't. So I'm going to the other side of the island. I'm showing you all of the drawers, and we know that it is hard to get in the back of these drawers. We did not think about that when we put this, you know, ledge over when we were having the shelf, or excuse me, the little area where we can sit, but we make do with what we got. We needed the storage and we found a way to make it all work. Like I always say, pull everything out and then take inventory. I'm going to vacuum this drawer in particular because there were a ton of pencil shavings. Why my kids would sharpen their pencils over the cabinet or the drawer and not the garbage can, just, you know, it baffles me. It's just one of those mysteries of life, I guess, like why kids do what they do. I'm not even going to worry and waste my energy trying to figure it out because I never will. But I'm going to pull everything out and start using these little containers, like I said, that I have. Use what you have. I want to say that over and over. Use what you have. And if you need something, like I always say, then evaluate that first before you buy anything. So I think we are in such a just an environment of consumerism. And of course, I do sponsored videos at times, and I love to share products with you guys, but by no means do I want you to feel forced or obligated to do anything or spend money that you don't have or don't need to spend. You can have it. You can have a ton of it, but maybe you just don't want to spend it or don't need to spend it. And I don't want you to get in that situation, not with me. So, I want you to walk away from these videos feeling motivated and encouraged, inspired, and not tapped out, not overwhelmed. So quickly went through this little bin here, and this is actually a silverware bin, but again, I use it for what I need it for. And then I am going to go and do some more of these. I had these little pocket, I don't even, mesh pocket thingamajigs, that's what we're going to call them, and they are great. I'm putting labels in here, manuals. I also like to put my games in here to keep them organized. These are really great to have on hand. I do get them from Amazon, and you can get a pretty good pack of them for a really cheap price. I got this little container here for the batteries from Temu. I did a couple videos with them where I got to choose some of my products, and 10 out of 10 do not recommend this container. It's just not very functional at all. So I have nothing against Temu. I don't personally work with them just because I don't know ethically how they do their things. And I just heard a lot of, I don't know. I've heard a lot of things. So I don't personally purchase from them, but no shame. And I'm so thankful to have worked with them. It was a blessing for my family and for our channel. So I'm thankful for that. But now that I know what I know, or what I think I know, I choose not to purchase many items from there, or any items. To be honest, I haven't purchased anything from there. But you got to do your own research and know what you've got to do. And I'm not talking badly about their company. But I don't recommend that battery organizer, in case you are wondering. You can easily go to a TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Home Goods and find an organizer like that. And you can also get them from Amazon. I think Amazon is probably your best bet. So after going through all this, I realized that I think I can make better use of this space. So I'm gonna combine, because it just makes sense. Let's see. This is pretty much is what it is. Yo Gabba Gabba's on in the back. If you know, you know. Okay, and I think maybe, let's see, no. But what if I turned? I always say it's like a game of Tetris. I could decide what could go outside and what could stay. For sure want this inside, because we are always looking for command hooks. That fits right. Let me actually turn it around. There. Yeah, that works out better. It's gonna move around, but that's okay. And then I could put this here. I actually, you know what I could do? What did you make?
Ghost.
Ghosties? That's cute, baby. Ooh. And we can put this. Yeah, honey. Mm-hmm. Go in here, just like that. Okay, and then I can take this and this, because I'm always needing to ship stuff out. And then this fits in here great. What, sweet girl? Yeah, go for it. Do your ghostess.
Another broken plate, another called off date. We never seem to get it right. Another heart attack, words that we can't take back. We are the reason opposites attract. Once you slam the door on the second floor, I regret it all.
So you see Emma in the background. She was playing so well independently, and we're trying to encourage that more and more. It has not been the easiest, but we are still trying. So I have got all of these bins here with everything just segmented, easy for the kids, especially with going to back to school. I wanted to have everything very organized for them. And like I had already shown you, it is like a game of Tetris. You do have to play around with it. It is okay if you spend your time and energy putting it in a certain way and you realize, guess what? It does not work. Now, I think I actually might have misspelled manuals. I honestly can't even think about that at this moment. I'm looking at it. Do you ever do that where you start writing something down like, is that the way it's spelled? I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't write a lot anymore, and I really should. I feel like these smartphones are only dumbing us down because there's autocorrect. You don't even have to know how to spell things, so. But don't tell me if I misspelled it. I'll check it as soon as I'm done with this voiceover. Oh my goodness. So this is the bottom part of the cabinet. It is just jam-packed full of stuff. Just stuff. It's a catch-all. And it just needs to be organized desperately because when I try to come in here, everything falls out.
Stuck in an endless fight like every night, it still feels right. Even the worst can stay.
I have been so blessed to be able to work with Cricut so many times. It is one of my all-time favorite partnerships by far because I've always used their products, and so being able to share the products with you all has been just a joy. And but I do have so many things. They do send me quite a few items just to send them to me, including the things that I need for whatever I'm going to make for whatever video. So a lot of the things I just don't need. And I actually have a friend that is a homeschool mom, and we were just talking about it, and she was talking about how she would love to have it, but just isn't in the place to afford it all right now. And so I'm going to surprise her with all of this huge box of everything that I have so many. Everything in here is new except for some of the vinyl pieces. And then the Cricut Joy is not new, but it's in excellent condition. And I just feel I'm at a place in my life where I'm really trying to minimize what I have, and I just don't want to feel, I don't know. I just don't need it all, I'm learning what I want and what I need. And so this has been such a joy and such a blessing to have, and the partnership I've had with them has been so fun. But I'm going to let her have the Cricut Joy because I haven't touched it in quite some time, just because out of sight, out of mind, like I've mentioned. And she mentioned wanting something like that, and I would much rather bless her and her family with it than it just sit here and collect dust. If I ever need it in the future, I'll add it to a birthday list. But I just want to see her smile, so she deserves it. But P.S. I did go back and check, and how many of you guys commented below? I just want you all to tell me, did I misspell manual? Yes or no? I want you to comment down below, yes or no, if I misspelled it. I already know.
Oh, I just want you to stay. All night, baby, all night, baby, all feels like I'm a ticking bomb. 'Cause I'm crazy for you. You know it's what you say and what you do.
I want to take this opportunity to just express my understanding and compassion to when you are decluttering. It is not an easy process all the time. Usually when it's trash, it's easier for some to get rid of that. But when we are actually removing items, no matter why, out of our home, it can be a very, very difficult process. I do this often, regularly, and it's still very, very difficult for me. So, in situations like that, just put your item in a box and set it in a closet or in a garage, somewhere where you're not going to see it, and leave it there for a while if you're really struggling with letting it go. You can even put it in the back of your car if that would help. And if you notice 6 months goes by and you're not, well, let's say 3 months. 3 months goes by and you're not going and looking for it or needing it or even thinking about it, you really should consider letting it go. Now, have I gone back and looked for things that I've decluttered? 100%. But I will say it's usually not expensive stuff. It's like, lens cleaner, or maybe like, I don't know, cleaner, like, I don't know. It's something like that. Rarely is it something big that I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have gotten rid of that and it's going to cost too much to replace it. Everything usually is super affordable to replace. Like I said, lens cleaner, that's one of the things recently I was like, oh my gosh, I got rid of it. But guess what? I actually didn't. I found it. But I was like, if I have to rebuy that for a couple of dollars, no biggie. It's better than it just, sitting here for 2 years and never getting used, which is usually what happens. So just throwing that out. It is not an easy process, but just put it aside and wait, especially if you're struggling. And it does make it easier knowing that it's there. It's not quite gone yet. It's easier to start getting familiar with it not being right in your face all the time, if that makes any sense. So my little grandkitty came to hang out with me. You guys know I am cat obsessed. I would have 100 cats. I would have a cat sanctuary if I could. I'm not even kidding you. I've asked Chris if I could, and he's like, girl, and then he just walks away. But I love her. I love her. I love her. And I'm still missing Jules like crazy. Can't talk about it still to this day. Cannot even mention her name or look at a picture of her without getting emotional. So we'll just take a look at my sweet little grandkitty as I continue to organize. This Space Aid cabinet pull was actually sent to me. They wanted me to make an Instagram reel. I had seen them before, and oddly enough, I wanted to purchase one because I think it's just a genius idea, because it makes it a lot easier to have a pull out, especially for heavier things. We put one in there for our pots and pans, and it made a world of difference. So I had been wanting to get one, but just wasn't ready to buy anything at that time. So they sent me a message and asked if I would do a reel, and I said, of course. I love their products. I get them, or they send them to me, like I said, but you can get them on Amazon or their website, Space Aid. But yeah, I was really excited about this one. Really excited. I will say I was so excited that I put it in there wrong, and then I had to peel it back up. That wasn't a lot of fun, and the adhesive is so sticky. So, we may do though. I put it in wrong. So mad at myself. So mad at myself. Oh, goodness heavens. All right. Much better. This is behind the scenes of Instagram Reels, you guys. This is it. Success. Sometimes it is harder than it looks.
Hard to explain it. My heart is racing, and I can't take it anymore.
I have been on the fence on whether or not I want to keep the Instapot, but I think I'm going to because it really does make food super, super fast. I just need to use it more. It's like I'm one of those people, if it's out, like out of sight, out of mind type of people. So that's my only dilemma with like appliances like this. It just doesn't dawn on me. And when I make crock pot meals, my kids literally huff and sigh and are so upset. They hate crock pot meals, they hate Instapot meals. And I personally could live on that in a casserole all my days, but I have to accommodate everybody. So that is it. I did the island and I'm very pleased with how it looks. It's so much more functional and I'm loving this here. I will put a link down below. I will also add it to my storefront. Here are some of the items of the things that I got rid of. There's not nearly as much as there originally was because the girls went through it and took a lot of it home, which is just how it goes. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video. It helps me out a ton. And don't forget how loved you are. You are worthy. And go and make this world a better place. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye.